everybody, and welcome to another episode of Arrow Nicely News. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. My name is Lenny Hernandez, and we are back with some nice news to share with you. Look, things have been rough. There's no denying it. We are quickly approaching a year in this pandemic, and that is a difficult thing to wrap your head around. But here at Nicely News, we remain, as always, determined to deliver some joy and happiness to you throughout all these hard times. And oh boy, do we have some goodness to share with you today. So let's get right to it, shall we? Our first story of the day is about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And Monday, January 18th, was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and Arrow Senior Living spent the day sharing the doctor's inspiring words on racial justice, equality, love and kindness, and all the hard work that is still to be done. Some of the videos that we shared were his spoken words directly.
And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
While others were quotes of his read by residents and employees at the communities.
There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right.
Courage is an inner resolution to go forward despite obstacles. Cowardice is a submissive surrender to circumstances. Courage breeds creativity. Cowardice represses fear and is mastered by it. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when we must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but one that we must take because it is right.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
In an effort to spread his message even farther than our own reach, we encourage those who saw the videos and pictures to share them out. And for each share, Arrow increased a donation that we made to the King Center. The King Center is a foundation started by Coretta Scott King to continue MLK's mission and continue the work of racial equality. And after the day was done, our followers had shared the videos enough times to bring our donations to $315. So thank you all to everyone who shared and helped us bring his words to the masses far and wide. It was a powerful, introspective day, and we hope that everyone out there took time to reflect on the work he did and the changes that still need to happen. And with that in mind, we turn to the future. Black History Month is right around the corner in February, and we have some fun things planned. The main event will be an online campaign where Arrow employees and residents will be reading children's books either about Black historical figures or written by Black authors. It is an effort to shine light on the contributions of Black authors and change makers. It's also a drive for book donations to our local schools. So follow your community's Facebook page for more information on how you'll be able to help with that effort. The cause of racial justice and equity is one that we all still need to keep in mind because it is still a dire need in America. So thank you all for your help and your contributions. Next up, Arrow Senior Living is starting another employee referral campaign soon. What is an employee referral campaign, you ask? Well, you are in luck because our very own Aaron Neeson sits down with Melody Beachner to find out.
thank you for sitting down with us, Melody. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing just fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So what is it you do for Arrow Senior Living?
Well, I actually oversee the talent acquisition and payroll portion of Arrow. I joined the team. It'll be coming on 5 years this November. And when we started, we were literally only 5 communities, and we've since grown to 30 plus communities.
So today we're talking about the employee referral campaign. So why don't you elaborate on that? What exactly is an employee referral campaign?
So an employer referral campaign is basically an opportunity for us to reward our existing employees for referring great people for our job openings. Ever since I've kind of been with Arrow, we've had just a standard employer referral program in which basically if an existing employer refers someone and we do hire that individual within 90 days, that individual is eligible for XYZ dollars. One of the things that we think's really helped us out this past year is offering kind of an enhanced employer referral. So last July through last December, we did kind of an enhanced employer referral. Each month we picked, a different position or maybe department to focus on. We rewarded our employees on a couple different ways. We rewarded them for each referral that they give. We actually put their name in a drawing, and then each quarter we'd pull out and they were eligible for $1,000. And then we also rewarded, obviously, the folks that we did end up hiring. We did it kind of like a little payout, and then up to full-time employees were getting up to $1,000. So just really feel that, good people knew good people. You spend so much time at work, so why not enjoy the people that you work with? Last year, from July through December, actually the Wildwood had the most employer referrals out of all of our communities. They had roughly 37. On average, generally Arrow hires probably around 40 to 50% of the folks that are referred to them, which I think is a pretty high transition rate. So that's basically anyone that submitted a resume to a position that's truly been hired. We have a really good kind of transition rate over. And I'm going to be honest, I worked in home health prior to working here, and it was not that high. We really do rely a lot on the folks that they know and they refer to us, and we do make every effort that we can to interview those individuals and make sure that they're a good fit for the team.
So what, aside from employee referrals, just good people knowing good people, why should those people come and work for Arrow Senior Living? What attracted the people who are referring them to us in the first place?
Right? Well, I like to think that it's because of all the great people that are already here. I think Arrow started with a good core group of individuals that have a passion for what they're doing. The other thing that I've really found in senior living is just that you have to want to make a difference. You have to want to see kind of the results of your work. And like I mentioned earlier, you spend a lot of time at work. So why not do something that makes you feel rewarded at the end of the day? We want to hire people that have a caring heart and that truly want to take care of our residents and make a difference in their day. Sometimes it can be a really hard decision to maybe, live in a home and be making that transition into a community. And we want to make it feel just like home for them. Many of the caregivers that I've talked to on the phone, I know that they're one that the community is going to want to hire because of the passion that they talk about with their residents, or they can kind of, give me specific stories about residents that they've worked with and how, their favorite part was just, maybe being able to, take care of them each and every day. The other thing, Arrow is they like to have fun. I'm always really proud of the videos and stuff that Arrow puts out. I mean, they're not actors. Our residents aren't actors. That's real life going on in those videos. And, through all of COVID, if you're ever kind of feeling, remote because you work remotely or just kind of wondering why you do what you do, watching one of those videos really kind of brings it down and brings it back to life. For any of you out there that truly want to have a position in which you make a difference, which you're working for a company that is having a lot of growth. We started off with 5 communities when I started just a little over 4.5 years ago. We're at over 30 currently. We're always looking for good people. There's jobs out there. There's an effort or an opportunity to make a difference. Arrow's really big on promoting from within. I can, again, just speaking from experience, there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't hear about, maybe a position's opening up and how we're entertaining or looking at someone within the community to take on that position versus maybe looking externally. So just know that there's a lot of opportunity here.
Thank you very much to Aaron and Melody, Arrow employees. Look, if you know somebody who would be great to work with us, let them know. Give them our information and get them hired with us because you could benefit from that referral program. And that's money in your pocket. Plus, you'd be getting your friend a great new job. And maybe one day, they'll be featured here on Arrow Nicely News. It's a win-win-win! Win, win, win! For everybody! Come work with us. Hey, you guys, did you know that it was Activity Professionals Week? Well, that's right, it is, and that means that we showed our appreciation for our resident services team all week long. These hardworking, creative people are always striving to make sure that residents are out, social, and living their best lives. It's never a dull moment when our resident services teams are on the job. We showed our appreciation in a video tribute to the many incredible team members who bust their backsides to bring the fun. Arrow and all the residents are extremely appreciative of these outstanding 24-hour party people. A huge thank you to the entire resident services team, each and every one of you at each and every one of our communities. And the hits keep on coming as the vaccine clinics continue at Arrow communities. The Boulevard Senior Living at Wentzville, Missouri had a clinic. The Wildwood Senior Living in Joplin, Missouri had a clinic. And our very own Shannon Novak attended to get a vaccine dose. Then Shannon stuck around to do trivia live and in person. And after months and months and months of doing the event virtually, it was a very special treat to be there in person for both Shannon and the residents. And Kingsland Walked at University City, Missouri had its clinic. And Aaron was kind enough to get a little footage when he stopped by to get his first vaccine dose.
Hi everybody, Aaron Neeson here. I am at Kingsland Walk Senior Living in University City, Missouri, and I'm here for the COVID-19 vaccine clinic. It's snowing up a storm, and it is beautiful, and it's really cool. And it's our first big snow here in eastern Missouri, and it made it a little more challenging to get here, but we're here, and we're gonna get the clinic. Beautiful new Kingsland Walk. And I'm gonna mask up and head inside. See you in there.
My oldest said that very much.
All right, I just got my first shot. And it's been about a half an hour, and I feel great. I feel my arm doesn't hurt right now. I don't have any headache or any feelings of achiness or anything like that. Feel good. Glad I got it.
We are beyond excited to continue our coverage on our vaccine clinics and to see more people get vaccinated. It's the best shot we have at ending this pandemic, people. So keep it up, everybody. Build those antibodies. Build those antibodies. Build those antibodies. Build those antibodies. Build those antibodies! And to wrap things up tonight, we're going to revisit a story from a few weeks ago. Ruby, who celebrated her 101st birthday a few weeks ago, was featured by People magazine on their website. So go head over to people.com to read their story on our beloved resident. It's very exciting. So go check that out. And thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And that will do it for this week's episode of Arrow Nicely News. But don't forget, we will be back next week for another Spotlight On minisode. So don't miss it. In the meantime, wear your mask, keep socially distancing, and take care of one another. We love you all. Peace and justice for the people. We'll see you next time. I'm Lenny Hernandez.